So guys, we'll use this opportunity to talk about how results went all around Europe in this past weekend. A lot of things happened this past weekend. A lot of results come this weekend. Surprise results and results that is good and the one that is not good. So many people, so many fans were happy and some were not happy. So let us go around Europe and get you all the results, how it happens this past week. All you need to do is watch this video to the end and make sure that you tell me the result that was very good and the one that is not good for you under the comment section. Don't forget to share the video and like. Now we are going to start with England Premier League teams. First of all, on Friday, Arsenal meet Coventry and Arsenal beat Coventry by 3-0. That is a very good result for every Arsenal fans for their title defending season. Now, after that, on Saturday, we saw Manchester United lose to Hull City. The newly promoted Hull City humble Manchester United by 2-0. That game, every Manchester United fans was not happy about it. But be courageous, things will get better. Now, on that same Saturday, we saw Brighton beating Aston Villa by 4-0. Brighton beating Aston Villa by 4-0. That was not an easy scoreline. Nobody expected it to happen, but it happens by the way. Then on Sunday, we saw Bournemouth and Manchester City. Man City came from behind to beat Bournemouth by 2-1. You can see that is the influence of Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca started his season on a very good way. Beating Bournemouth by 2-1 is a very good result. Then we saw Liverpool, which is the manager of Liverpool was the former manager of Bournemouth. He went to Liverpool and then Areola got a 2-2 draw in the hand of Newcastle United. That game, many Liverpool fans were not happy because they almost lost that game before they got a penalty in a 9 seconds of the game. Liverpool get a 2-2 draw in that game. And another surprising result we saw was Tottenham being beaten by Brentford 3-0. After Tottenham spent a lot of money during the summer transfer window, they still got beaten by Brentford 3-0. That result was not good. Then from there, we move into Spanish La Liga teams. Now in Spanish La Liga teams, we saw Real Madrid beating Espanyol Barcelona by 2-1. Espanyol lost in the hand of Real Madrid. That game was a welcome game for Jose Mourinho team. Jose Mourinho returning back for the second missionary journey and the third missionary journey in Real Madrid. Starting it with a win is very, very good thing. And the only thing I can tell you guys, please, if you want to watch this video to the end, make sure you go to my YouTube channel. The link is under the comment section. So go to my YouTube channel to watch the full video. Now, we move on to Barcelona because Barcelona made people fear them this weekend. Barcelona beat Elche by 5-0. Bro, I believe that every La Liga team must be very, very careful with Barcelona this time around. They came prepared and ready to carry it on. So Barcelona beating Elche by 5-0 is to put fear in the heart of everybody in that La Liga. Then another surprising result we saw was Atletico Madrid, who were one man down, losing 2-1, later came back and played 2-2 with Villarreal. That result was not a small result by Atletico Madrid. They managed to get a draw in the hand of Villarreal. Very good result for Atletico Madrid team. Now, we move to Eredivisie, which is Netherlands Eredivisie. In Netherlands Eredivisie, a lot of things happened there. We saw goals upon goals upon goals. We saw Feyenoord beating Sittard by 5-2. That result was a very good result for bookmakers, especially Ndi over 2.5. You understand? Then again, we saw PSV Eindhoven produce another 6 goals in the game because they beat Groningen by 5-1. That result is also good for bookmakers, especially Ndi over 2.5. Then we saw AZ Alkmaar, who now win their own game by 2-0. AZ Alkmaar win their game by 2-0. Also good result for them. Now we move into Italian football. Now in Italy, we saw Inter beating Monza by 4-1. Very, very good result for Inter to start their season. 4-1 against Monza. And we saw Napoli beating Gione by 2-0. Napoli started their winning. Even though they go away, they start winning with 2-0. Then we saw the newly Champions League team, Como, play 1-1 with Udinese. That game is not an easy game. Como play 1-1 with Udinese. Then we saw a new manager in AC Milan, Ruben Amorim, starting his season with a win. Ruben Amorim beat Torino by 2-1. That was a very good result for Ruben Amorim to start his Serie A career with a win. Now we move to France, where some surprises happened yesterday. Well, we saw Monaco beating 1 goal to Nice, and then we saw Lyon beating Toulouse by 2 goals to 0. That is it. That is the result there. And at the end, in the ninth, we also saw some surprise. PSG almost lost their game to Rennes. They were losing 2-0, but they managed to make that game 2-2, and they get 1 point. Remember that they lost their cup against Lens, but now they nearly lost that game against Rennes, but they managed to secure a draw in that game. Then we move to Denmark. Denmark, something surprise happened in Denmark. If you are one of the fans that always go to Denmark to take your game, be careful this season with Copenhagen, because Copenhagen lost to Viborg 4 goals to 0. 4 goals to 0 yesterday. Nobody expected that thing to happen. 4 goals to 0. Copenhagen lost their game, but Midtjylland managed to win 1 goal to 0. The result in that Denmark, it wasn't clear at all. So now we move to Portugal League. In Portugal League, we saw Porto beating Oroca by 2 goals to 0. We saw Porto beating Oroca by 2 goals to 0, and we also saw other teams like which other team we saw in Portugal? Something else that happened in Portugal after Porto beat Oroca by 2 goals to 0, and we saw Sporting Lisbon. Yeah, Sporting Lisbon win their game. They win by 3 goals to 1. Then in Turkish League, we saw Fenerbahce beat Konyaspor by 4 goals to 2. Fenerbahce win their game yesterday. It was very, very good result for Fenerbahce, but it wasn't a good result for Leandro Trossard's team, because Leandro Trossard's team lost their game against, it looked like newly promoted people. They lost by 1 goal to 0. Then we also saw Mohamed Salah scoring a hat-trick, but 1 goal was cancelled because these people, Trabzonspor, beat their opponent by 2 goals to 1. Mohamed Salah scored 2 goals. In fact, he scored 3 goals, but 1 goal was cancelled in that game, which is very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. Salah supposed to get his hat-trick yesterday, but that goal that was cancelled, I was not personally happy about it. Then in Croatia, we see Dinamo Zagreb win Varazdin by 3 goals to 1. Varazdin lost 3 goals to 1, and I missed one game in Italian Serie A because Atalanta beat Sassuolo by 2 goals to 1 in that place also. Then again, I think we have come to the end of it, but I can never close this video without mentioning what happened in the MLS USA, because Lionel Messi team lost again. They lost again, and this time around it was against Toronto. They lost 2 goals to 1 against Toronto, but Messi managed to score the goal for Inter Miami. I believe that Inter Miami have lost much game since Messi was not around, but now that he's back, they are going to bounce back. So these are the latest updates all around Europe and one hand in the United States. So let me hear you, how you think about this result. Which one sweet you, which one do not sweet you, and which one do you want to use for your bookmarking this weekend? Let me know your thought about all these results under the comment section. Please don't forget to like this video, share this video for more update is coming. See you guys.